Hello people. This is Bio once again from Ultra Spirit Runners. Yes, today is the 21st of October, and I'm just going to be talking very briefly. This very short video on menopause. Yes, topic of menopause. This is a one-stop shop for everything health and fitness, where I interview different professionals, health professionals, dietitians, I'm not a professor, those different doctors, specialists in different areas. But today I'm talking about menopause from a man's point of view, from a husband's point of view, how we see it and what we can do to support our wives when they go through it. Now, as you know, menopause is a life change that happens towards the midsection of the woman's life. Women's bodies are magnificently designed by God. They amaze me how they're able to carry children for 9 months and still recover and go back to doing things as normal, running, their work, everything, all that areas of their lives. But that just goes to show the awesomeness of God and how God can take his time to design and craft his creatures. So women, even designed in that way, get to the mid stage of their life where certain changes take place. No fault of theirs, just by the way God has designed their bodies. When certain things begin to happen, and it's called menopause, it's a life change, not a negative thing. If you're well equipped and you are fully informed, and I would at this point like to advise, if you haven't, reach out to Dr. Shaya Rikawe and find out about the resources that she spent years researching menopause. She's released a book and some other resources where you can find out a bit more. But also from a man's point of view, I thought I'd just say a few things. Now, from a man's point of view, we know that it's a time when one of the first signs we see is when the menstruation of our wives stop, when they have night sweats, they sweat at night, even when it's cold. There's a bit of memory loss for some women. Obviously, the libido changes for women, where the sex drive changes and they're not feeling like doing it like they used to before. And we have symptoms like dryness, vaginal dryness, which makes it uncomfortable. These are all symptoms which have solutions to. They're not the end, but we notice all these things, and we notice also that the woman has hormonal changes, which means she's more emotional. So from one minute she's happy, the next minute she could flip and become very upset. And when you think about what she's upset about, it may look like an overreaction. But also mood swings. Take it out on you. Don't take it personal. But these are things that we notice. But also, it's because of the emotional imbalance. It's so easy for a woman to have an affair at that time, because there's weight gain going on as well. They can't sleep well. The hair loss, so many things that make a woman feel that she's less desirable. And if for any reason she's in a place where maybe another guy sees her and is paying her compliments, very easy to fall into an affair. That's why as men we need to be very sensitive. We need to do our research before the menopause comes, but also we need to be there for our wives. We need to do more things together. We need to not take things personal. We need to understand it's not about us, it's about them. They can't even understand what's going on and they're trying to figure it out themselves. So we need to be there to be supportive, to listen to what they have to say, to be there, to go through the process with them. It's a time to encourage them to take on exercise and to join in with them, like cycling, brisk walking and things like that, but also to find solutions to those problems. So for example, don't get angry because your wife's libido has changed and she's no longer feeling like doing it. One of the reasons why would be because of vaginal dryness, for example. She's uncomfortable there. Why would she want to do it? So there are solutions. There's KY jelly. There's different lubricants that can be used to make it more comfortable, but also doing things together. Going out for doing exercises together, like I used to do a lot of that with my wife, and I still do. We go cycling together, go brisk walking, going out for meals, going away for the weekend. Those type of things just help to make the relationship more interesting, take a mind off it, and create that bond that's essential. So you go through this this time together, but also having times when you just ask questions, not from a judgmental point of view, but just to understand her more. Because although there's these generic symptoms, but different women handle it in different ways. So some women not experience some certain symptoms, some women would. But also letting them know there are other solutions, the things that we can try, like hormone replacement therapy. It's not a bad word. If you're struggling, why not just use it at that time to help with a night sweat and all some of the other symptoms. But also with a lot of research, there are also some natural remedies. For example, there's certain fruits and there's certain things that you can certain foods that you eat that would help to ease and make the symptoms more manageable. But the important thing is going through it together, being there to listen to the wife. But also the wives need to be careful to make sure they carry their husband along. It's not a time to shut him out completely and make him feel that it's irrelevant at this particular point in time, because you are married and you are in this together. But it's a time for you to also talk to him, bring him along as well, so that you take this journey together. But husbands also must show interest. It's not a time to say that, oh, I don't know what you're going through, that's your own problem, I've got my own things to deal with. No, it's a time to help her understand that during this together, you love her all the same. Even though she's changing, her body's changing, you love her all the same, and things will not change. It will not make a difference to the way you feel about her. She needs that reassurance at this time to make her feel valued, to make her feel that even though her body's changing, it doesn't change the way you love her. So as a man, we need to be more sensitive. But also, women also need to carry their husbands along and help them to understand. Talk about this thing. Don't bottle up. Come out of yourself and talk about it. Because it will make things easier. If a woman says, I don't want to do it, for example, and she just says that, I don't want to, you don't feel rejection because you understand why. It's easier for you to deal with it because you can understand why, and then look at the options that are out there. So as men, we need to be more supportive to our wives as we go through this, and as women, we also need to communicate more. It's a two-way communication. We need to ask our wives, and the wives need to respond, and also we need to carry them along, do fun things together, exercise together. So if you're a man and you're not doing any exercise, get on with it and start doing something. But also, on a more serious note, do stuff together, do exercises together, because that also helps. If the body's healthy, it's able to deal with these natural changes more efficiently. Sleeping patterns, help try to establish. If you see she's getting carried away, she needs her sleep. Encourage her to go to bed on time, and go to bed together, so that way at least you can either chat till you fall asleep together or whatever, because at least that way you're in it together. Anyway, I think I've said enough. As I say, enough said. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Ultra Spirit Runners. If you type that word in YouTube, it will come up with all my YouTube channel, my YouTube videos. You see all the interviews I've had with so many different health professionals. Also, like and subscribe to the channel, like all the videos and subscribe to it, and spread the good word. I also advise that you contact people like Dr. Shea Arikawe, has done a lot of research on menopause. From a man's point of view, we need to get educated, because the more we know about this before it even happens, or even while we're in it, the easier we're able to deal with it. So educating ourselves, getting the knowledge is essential. God bless you all. And as you know, as I always say in my YouTube channel, we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. God bless you all, and stay safe and have a good day. Bye.